Hey, Tom Rabbit! I hope you got this for your recording. Hey, YouTube out there. Tom Rabbit likes to record these. Hey, Tom Rabbit!
Previously on
Tom Rabbit.
I have been responding to you.
You said
you
you
haven't.
present
You've
a
been asking your own
worldview that does the same
Okay, you
thing
know
as-
what? Okay, now you're lying. So now I'm going to mute you. Okay. Okay. Now he's resorting to deceitfulness. He goes, I haven't been responding to him. What a liar!
What's up, Darth Dawkins? How are you?
Oh, B33. Let's see. I haven't talked with you in a while.
It's been a while, yeah. I just wanted to ask you, do you think God is logically necessary?
I'm not sure what you mean by that question.
Would the statement "God does not exist" entail a logical contradiction?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. God does not exist. In order to make propositions that are actual intelligible, God would have to exist. So that proposition would be unintelligible unless God existed.
That doesn't strike me as a logical contradiction. That would be like God's metaphysically necessary to make statements, so he might be metaphysically necessary.
No. Do you believe that propositions are truth bearers?
Yeah.
Okay. Do propositions or facts? Are they context specific in terms of their actuality and intelligibility?
Sure.
Okay. Now, so then, what would be the final metaphysical context that would provide for the proposition God does not exist?
If he didn't exist.
What would be the final metaphysical context for that proposition being a truth bearer in order for it to be actual and intelligible?
Well, if God didn't exist, it would be a true statement. We wouldn't be
No,
around.
you're not answering the question. You've completely
That's
dodged
the
the
only
question.
metaphysical case.
We're gonna listen. You need to focus on my question and not prevaricate. Now, I asked you, do you believe that propositions are truth bearers? You said yes. Do propositions that are truth bearers, are they context specific? You said yes. Okay. So if they don't have a metaphysical context from which they are in or derived from, then we can neither say that they're actual or intelligible. Do you agree with that last statement?
Yeah.
Okay. So the proposition in question, whatever it is, okay, and in this case you say God does not exist, what will be the ultimate metaphysical context that proposition derives from?
Right. So if God did not exist, the proposition would bear a true value that God does not exist.
Okay, you are not you are prevaricating again. Okay, if you prevaricate a third time, I will stop.
Can you rephrase?
Speaking
Can you rephrase so I understand it?
Okay. Okay. Are propositions with their truth bearers? Excuse me, I'm very tired. Context specific. You said yes. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So you can't. What is in the Christian worldview? All propositions, okay, other than God Himself, derive and depend upon the context of God as creator. So there couldn't be a proposition, okay, other than God Himself, a proposition that could be stated as actual intelligible if it didn't derive from the ultimate context of God Himself. Now,
that's just to presuppose your own case.
You told me you need to focus on what I say, not what you would like me to say, and respond to something that I didn't say. Now, you said that propositions, in order to be viable, they're context specific. What is the ultimate metaphysical context of the proposition that God does not exist?
I wish you'd rephrase that so I don't answer again in the same way.
What is the ultimate metaphysical context that the proposition in question derives from?
Well, I feel that propositions can be true independent of any particular metaphysical context.
Okay, that's fallacious. You've now contradicted yourself. Propositions, you've contradicted yourself. You just told me that propositions are context specific. So a proposition being a truth bearer, okay, that it is true, okay, then it's going to that truth statement is going to have to require a context. Okay.
Yeah, it would
So-
correspond to reality then. That's the context of a proposition.
Oh, okay. Well, that's another mistake. That's a classic maneuver that unbelievers make. Okay. Reality is an abstraction. Okay. So reality is an abstraction of a set of a plurality of particulars. Okay. So you couldn't appeal.
I think that's false.
Listen,
I think that's clearly false.
reality is the set of all real things.
Is God real even if he hadn't created?
Is reality the set of all real things?
Yes.
Okay. So a set is an abstraction where the mind collectivizes a plurality of things. Okay. Is the term reality is that a concrete unity or an abstract unity?
I think if the only thing that exists is a single concrete like God, then there wouldn't be a plurality or a set.
You're not addressing the question. You're doing what you have always done, and I'm very disappointed. You haven't grown up since the last time I talked with you. Every time I ask you clear, circumspect questions, you give me evasive responses. You're doing it now, and you've done it every single time I've talked with you in the past. I'm not trying to belittle you, but I'm going to call you out for your bad conduct. Now, when you use the word reality, that's referring to one thing.
If the only thing that exists is real, for example, if God exists
is the
alone,
word reality referring to something that is one?
If that is the case, then yes.
No, don't give me. Okay, listen to me. This is your last chance. Okay. See, this is the problem. When you get into the habit of being deceptive and evasive, it's hard to shake that off when you're so accustomed to doing it. Now, you're appealing. Yours okay. Have a nice night. Okay. You're intellectually ill-equipped to carry on the conversation.
All right.
And the reason why is you resort to these deceptive responses. Okay. My questions are very clear. They're circumspect and they're to the point. And my questions are designed in such a way as to not to allow my opponents to prevaricate unless they make it obvious. Okay. So when you make the proposition God does not exist, what is the ultimate metaphysical context that exists in and ultimately derives from? When you say reality, that is not a coherent answer at all, because reality is an abstraction of a plurality of concrete particulars. So of all of the groupings or the set of particulars, what's ultimate? If you say the set is an abstraction, well, I could go on and explain how it's incoherent, but if anyone else wants to ask any questions, we'll move on. By the way, did you get that, Tom Rabbit?